Why have I become such a rebellious renegade soul? Such a renegade soul that has rejected Christianity and Jesus as the way? The answer is pretty simple. My my soul got awakened. My soul came alive. I really know what it is like to have a slumbering soul that is not on board with life. And once my soul came alive, I felt the charge of soul sovereignty. Your soul is only alive when it is free to be sovereign. I used to be a Christian, and I thought I was free. I thought that I was following the way, the truth, and the life by loving and following Jesus, by adoring Jesus, by revering Jesus, devoting my life to bringing Him honor. I was what one could call a sanctified ego. My soul was asleep. My soul had no say. My soul had no heartbeat. My soul had no pulse. I don't know if I can explain it adequately. But then my soul got awakened. I felt a pulse. I felt a heartbeat. There was spiritual intelligence and emotion that awakened. A sense of sovereignty. It's hard to describe for someone that hasn't experienced it. But when I felt the pulse of my soul, and not just the beating activity of my mind, that eternal aspect came alive in me, and I could see beyond. I could see beyond the limitations of the human life and just perceiving reality through the five senses. I found myself connected, like I plugged into the universe. I plugged into that universal consciousness and became one with it. And that energizes my soul every day to be a renegade, to live according to my soul, to my pulse, not Jesus's pulse, not some other deity's pulse. My pulse as the universe's pulse. It's hard to describe, but that is when I became oneness conscious, that I am one with Source. And I never had that as a Christian. I never experienced that as a Jesus believer. And My soul is awake, and I'll never put it to sleep again by deferring to Jesus or relate to God as external and other to myself. My soul is God. My soul is a particle of Source God. And we can never be separated from that Source God. Never. The only thing that separates us from God and gives us the illusion that we're separate beings from a creator. We are the creation or a lump of clay in the creator's hands is this thing here that conceptualizes everything into neat little packages. And each package is individual and separate. And it can't ever break through into that one eternal consciousness. The natural mind is incapable of doing that. It doesn't have the capacity. It truly is limited to this earth realm, and it is the thing that limits our vision, our cognizance of eternal spiritual things. I am a renegade soul, and I am proud of it. I feel, I just feel alive. I feel alive. And I feel one with everything. Because I am one with everything. There is no other way. Your soul is the way, the truth, and the life. Your God spark, your soul, your divinity. You are that. If you outsource it to Jesus as another being, then that other being becomes it becomes an object that you pursue. And it takes you away from the pulse of your own divine soul. It's such a difference. It's such a difference. And I can't wait for humanity to get that awakening. Your life is going to be changed from duality and judgment to singularity, oneness, absoluteness, and love. That's what the world needs. We don't need religion with the iconic Jesus as the object of worship. That hasn't worked for the last 2,000 years. It's done. It's time to pass away. Just as Jesus came at the time of Judaism, and he said, it's time for that to pass away. Well, 2,000 years later, it's time to say, it's time for Christianity to pass away and to let Jesus go. 2,000 years ago, he said, it is expedient for me to go away so that this consciousness could come, or as the Bible calls it, Holy Spirit. But it's this consciousness. If Jesus does not go away, if you're not releasing him from your mind, from your belief system, consciousness as the comforter cannot come and expand you into your own soul. You have to let him go. I mean, he's been gone. He left 2,000 years ago, but Christians just won't let him go. It's time to let Jesus go so that the spirit consciousness can come and expand you so that you can become everything you were meant to be in this earth life. Don't let it pass you by. Open up. Open up.